Hey gang, we are in Texas. We're near Dallas, a place called Hearst. Arwine Cemetery, established 1879. Let's go have a look. Why are we here? Well, it's a little story to start off our little adventure to the south. Today's Sunday, 29th. And I came in yesterday and it was absolutely beautiful, sunny, and now it just turned south. Never thought I'd be wearing a hat, but I'm glad to be out of Chicago because right now it's in the 20s and 2 to 4 inches, and what am I complaining about, right? So why are we here? Well, husband and wife, we're going to take a look at their grave. Just a little pioneering story. You know, as I drove in here, it's a beautiful little nook here, some woods, but most of it, and from Google Earth, you look at this, we're just surrounded by townhomes and commercial and houses. Of course, what do you expect? We're in the outskirts of Dallas. This is modern times. But you try to imagine back in the 17 or 1800s, well, I mean, that's what I was thinking about driving here, and the people that are buried here are pioneers. It's all prairie, right? I mean, you go way back to the Spanish, 18th century conquests, and then, you know, conquest of some land, but not really the indigenous people. I mean, among others, we had the Wichita, the Kickapoo, the very famous and dominant Comanche, the horse riders, the warriors. They sure didn't conquest over them. But, of course, then the Americans, the settlers came, and this area was under the Lone Star State flag. Of course, now the flag of the United States. But it's just interesting to imagine going back in time when these people here, or this part of the cemetery, were buried. It was the wilds. You were roaming free, and you had to beware. You had to be aware of ambushes and attacks. You had to be aware of wildfires. A lot of people killed by wildfires. We're going to talk about that. But we're here to see a certain grave, and it's actually right over here. The Souders. Mary and Jeff. Now, the interesting thing about this grave is that if you look at the dates, July 13th, the mother, 1921, and 2 days later or so, July 15th, 1921, Jeff, the husband, died just 2 days later. Now, Thomas Jefferson Souder, his full name, came here to Tarrant County in 1874. So he would have been, what, 34 years old? And he settled here, married Mary Ellen. Or a short time later, they had settled here together, raised a family, and sadly, they both died within 2 days of each other well, in those days, and with the death certificate, it was called flux, F-L-U-X, which is really dysentery. So okay, a lot of people died. What's so special about this? Well, just imagine, okay? Just imagine, down below, there is a double casket. They died 2 days apart, so they buried them together side by side in the same casket. And I'm not going to show their faces in the picture because I'm going to get demonetized and it's going to get censored, and unfortunately, right? I know. But I want you to just imagine. I mean, this is what I think about is just down underground. It's there. They're there in this double casket, and you have to wonder, is the casket in a vault? Is it protected? I just wonder. I'm guessing that probably not. And we're talking 1920s. I don't know that I know they had vaults. Now, one clue that you can look at is the ground. And many times when it's just, we talked about this, it's just coffins. Over decades, the coffin itself gets crushed. You know, there's a lot of weight here. You don't think about it. That's thousands of pounds of dirt that is constantly pushing down. That wood rots and crushes in, and then what you will see is like a divot in the ground. But you know, a lot of times the cemetery fills it in. Probably the case here, but I wonder. You know, that's the curious part of me. Is I think about that, and I would love to know. But anyway, I thought I'd share this with you. Just an interesting little pioneer family story of a mother and a father.